Next, we are going to a insane story. So we covered this on our Patreon a few weeks ago, a couple months ago. We're talking about the flock cameras, and we're talking about abortion being effectively completely illegal in the South. And the story was about a woman in Texas who had taken the abortion pill, self-administered abortion, and then police in Texas were able to access 80,000 flock camera footage. So flock, that's the LPR cameras, the license plate cameras, those cameras you see on every fucking street corner. Those are meant to read license plates. They were originally there to help find missing persons and stolen vehicles. But since then, they have been able to be taken over by the police to just track all of us at all times, because they're taking these constant photos. They're just photos. They're not videos. But because they're these constant photos at every street corner, they essentially are videos. They could track us, photo here, photo there, and they're statewide or across state lines. And that causes issues where cops are able to go effectively out of their jurisdiction and look at, that's what these Texas cops were doing. They were searching Illinois, California, all outside their jurisdiction, using this mass surveillance tool that all of a sudden has come upon us.
So it's like if Satan invented a picto book, and if he's like started going through and he's like, I know where you are.
Yeah, and the ICE is using this. That's another legal thing. They're not supposed to be doing.
Our podcast is just slowly becoming just. Welcome to the technological hell you live in.
Nightmare,
that the police use.
Yeah. And so the cops were tracking down a woman for getting an abortion. So the exact nightmare that we knew was coming, we are here. But they said that they were tracking her because she was listed as a missing person from her family. Her family didn't know where she was. They're like, no, it's not the abortion. We don't even care about that. We love women's right to choose. We were just making sure she was okay. Well, now we got our obvious update because they've had to turn over internal records, and it's even worse than we assumed at first. Because remember, that's something we have the right to do on this podcast is assume shit. Mm-hmm. And we were doing that. And we were right, but it's worse than you might think. So let's read. I'm reading from Electronic Frontier Foundation. They do a lot of great work on all this dystopian tech nightmare horror show stuff that we like to talk about. So the article is headlined, Flock Safety and Texas Sheriff Claimed License Plate Search Was for a Missing Person. It was for an abortion investigation. New documents and court records obtained by EFF show that Texas deputies quarried flock safety surveillance data in an abortion investigation, contradicting the narrative promoted by the company and the Johnson County Sheriff that she was, quote, being searched for as a missing person, and that it was, quote, about her safety. The new information shows that deputies had initiated a death investigation of a, quote, non-viable fetus, logged evidence of a woman's self-managed abortion, and consulted prosecutors about possibly charging her. Johnson County Sheriff Adam King repeatedly denied the automated license plate reader search was related to enforcing Texas' abortion ban, and Flock Safety called media accounts, quote, false, misleading, and clickbait. However, according to a sworn affidavit by the lead detective, the case was in fact a death investigation in response to a report of an abortion, and deputies collected documentation of the abortion from the, quote, reporting person, her alleged romantic partner. So let's pause real quick. How fucking 1984 is this death investigation for women getting abortions, and they're now it's a homicide shit over their again non-viable fetus. What does that mean? That means the fetus was not going to be born. It was only going to harm this woman, and so she took a self-administered abortion. Now it's a death investigation.
I'll say it. I got a new Subway take, so I want to go redo my Subway takes.
Mm-hmm.
The South doesn't deserve pussy. That's
That's a
I'm
good
from
one.
there. I'm from the South. They just do not deserve any type of pussy whatsoever. I don't think anyone should be. I think I'm almost with the Christians. Sex should be banned in the
Yeah.
South, but only because women should still be able to have sex, but just like we got to find like
The only way you can have sex in the South is if you get gay married. Not regular marriage.
yeah,
Gay marriage only. Until y'all figure your shit out,
because
that's
right
the
now,
only way.
It's insane. Like hunting a woman down, like that's what our laws are for. Hunting. It doesn't even make sense. It's like how can you justify? At some point, what was the Martin Luther King quote? Like, you protest an unjust law, or the laws can clearly be unjust and used against people, and this is a clear example of laws being being used against fucking women. Even if it's used against like. I don't like it's being used against like women like directly to attack like their right as their right to exist. Their right to exist as who they want to be. You want to talk about freedom in America? It's like women don't even have the freedom to exist in the state that they want to exist in. The only state they're allowed to exist in is in a mother state, a pregnant state, a married state, damn near. So it's like when I see shit like this, it's like one, obviously it's scary now. It's like scary now. My cousin, she just, never mind. It's scary now.
Yeah.
And
this is police work now. This is what we knew was going to happen. Whenever this shit became illegal, whenever something becomes illegal, who is on the front lines of enforcing that? The fucking law enforcement officers. And this is like detective work in the South now. This is like Law and Order SVU of the South. Just like these trained detectives putting magnifying glasses on women's bellies, just being like, I think we found a clue right here. I think I need to do a little bit more investigating.
I'm like, what would this is? First off, this is like already worst case scenario. I'm already like, damn, they are charging women for murder, for having abortions, for not wanting to be moms, for choosing their own, for all the individualism that we talk shit about in America. You're not free to be who you are, apparently. But like this, if this is where we are right now, then I'm like, okay, what else? Because all they want to do is keep edging. They love edging. They just want to keep us edging us to the most right-wing fascist.
We actually banned edging 4 weeks ago, so that's actually blatantly false.
Yeah. We ever since everybody had to sign up to the app to see where your jerk off app, where we keep a database of how often you jerk off, and if you reach more than 2 hours, we are arresting you.
Ma'am, get on your knees. Are you pregnant? Are you pregnant, ma'am? You got to tell me. She's like,
don't you spit?
No. Oh, my apologies, ma'am. I'm so sorry for that intrusion.
I just think that we're like 10 minutes away from just like forced. Like women aren't gonna be able to get divorces. Fucking people are. I think my ultimate like fear of like the dystopia we're gonna live in, America's gonna break down. Right, the states are gonna be. We're gonna have Bezos land. We're gonna have Elon world, and they're all gonna have like it's just gonna be these rich, feudal systems, and it's obviously. Women, and by women I do mean 13-year-olds and up, are going to be forced into marriage. And I'm joking. All these sound like exaggerations, but then you go and look at the policies, and then the people who are pushing the policies that are like edging us a little bit right this way, and then you look at the spheres of influence that they operate in, and you hear the language that's being thrown around in these little what do they call echo chambers? I didn't just make these up.
Yeah.
The child,
Child marriage gets the Republicans in some of these southern states. They'll try to ban child marriage and they'll shoot it down.
We'll see. Not only will they shoot it down. Obviously, we just saw during this government shutdown. We just saw Republicans vote unanimously, completely under party, unanimous as a party to protect a pedophile, to like don't release the Epstein like list. And they're like saying part of this government shutdown might be because because they have the votes to release the files right now. They're like, oh shit, we're gonna wait on that. But this from Roy Moore,
Wow, throwback.
What I'm saying is like I'm scared of these laws because we're already watching them enact laws. They're already like the Great Replacement theory shit was just like a theory, and then now they're ethnically cleansing migrants to keep their numbers,
Yeah.
Not 2050. So I don't think that the child marriage laws, all the other extremists, I am worried that their voices are also going to get through, much like the ICE agent voices.
Yeah.
The once would have thought to be an extreme measure and like fringe voice is now mainstream policy. So that's why I'm like, damn, if we're here.
Oh yeah.
If we're hunting down women who have abortions, where to next?
Texas got the top abortion detectives in the whole country. Our abortion unit is not to be trifled with.
That would be insane.
Law and Order abortion unit coming soon. Televisions near you.
It's just like you can't get no respect. Who are you gonna even like? At least like detectives used to be cool because they like hunted down murderers and fucking like bank robbers. You're hunting down fucking.
We got a clue, fellas. Pregnancy test in the trash can.
Uh-oh.
We got to follow up with an investigation. Ma'am, are you pregnant? No, I've just gained weight. You talked to me last week. Oh, sorry, ma'am. I apologize again. I'm sorry. All right,
Let me look into that pussy, see if that baby's still there. Open up, baby. Baby, say something back if you're still in there.
Baby, do you need help?
Hello,
do you need
baby.
help?
I can't, guys. I'm gonna need to bring in another expert.
Oh, okay. Back to this. All right, we got to move quickly. Let's see. So yes, they lied and said that the person who reported her quote unquote missing was not her family. It was a person who reported that she was getting an abortion, and it was her romantic partner. The death investigation remained open for weeks, with detectives interviewing the woman and reviewing her text messages about the abortion. The documents show that the Johnson County District Attorney's Office informed deputies that, quote, the state could not statutorily charge her for taking the pill to cause the abortion or miscarriage of the non-viable fetus. And then that's when they were like, fuck, the district attorney's on my ass. We got to go outside the law to bring real street justice to this lady who killed her dead baby that was already dead. Flock wrote EFF's previous commentary on this case. So Flock wrote of EFF's previous commentary. So I like this part of the article. They're really breaking down the beef that this magazine has with Flock. Remember, Flock is the company that makes the license plate reader cameras that Texas was arguably illegally using across state lines to track a woman for getting an abortion. So here is Flock's statement. Earlier this month, there was purposely misleading reporting that a Texas police officer with the Johnson County Sheriff's Office used LPR to, quote, target people seeking reproductive health care. This organization is actively perpetuating narratives that have been proven false, even after the record has been corrected. According to the sheriff in Johnson County himself, this claim is unequivocally false. No charges were ever filed against the woman, and she was never under criminal investigation by Johnson County. She was being searched for as a missing person, not as a suspect of a crime. Now, back to EFF. The sheriff has since been arrested and indicted on felony counts in an unrelated sexual harassment and whistleblower retaliation case. That's right. We mentioned that in the headlines. The Johnson County cop from Texas arrested for sexually harassing his employees, but a judge has put him back at work, which is insane. Don't even have time to talk about that, but it is crazy. He also has been charged with aggravated perjury for allegedly lying to a grand jury. EFF filed public records requests with Johnson County to obtain more definitive account of events. So here is the account, what the investigation entailed. So over 2 days in April, the woman went through the process of taking medication to induce an abortion. 2 weeks later, her partner, who would later be charged with domestic violence against her, reported her to the sheriff's office. The documents confirm that the woman was not present at the home when the deputies, quote, responded to the death of, again, this is of a non-viable fetus, a fetus that's not even potentially going to be alive at any point. As part of the investigation, officers collected evidence that the man had assembled of the self-managed abortion, including photographs, the FedEx envelope, the medication it arrived in, and the instructions for self-administrating the medication. So again, they were presenting to us that it was her family who reached out because this lady was missing. Nothing to do with an abortion, fellas. I promise y'all. We like abortion. We love women having abortions and killing babies, right, fellas? No, this was the man who was abusing her, compiled evidence. He compiled the evidence of her abortion pill abortion, and then the cops took that and ran with it, got on the LPR cameras, started looking at her fucking text messages to confirm that she had an abortion, and then fucking went after her.
What a bitch. This dude is a fucking grade A bitch, bro. You know, first off, we can't even get past the fact that you didn't just snitch. You snitched on a woman for having an abortion? They're beyond stitches, dog.
On your partner. This is a girl you're in a relationship with. Obviously, they're broken up at this moment, but that's him like, dog, like, that's...
You deserve your ass. That's a new level of dirty nigga. I hope she never fucks with you. I mean, obviously, you fucking tried to pin a murder on her. Your boyfriend tried to pin a murder on you. This sounds like some Lifetime movie.
This is a Lifetime movie. Every man in this story is an evil villain.
Piece of shit.
Every single man in this story.
Truly, she is like when you want to talk about an actual victim, from every male that has interacted with this
catch
woman
a damn break because all these fucking men in her life.
Woman at every corner and in the world, and it's like thinking about it and like realizing it is like, wow, that's crazy. But I can only imagine from her perspective, it's a fucking nightmare to live. I can't only imagine how horrible, everywhere, like the dude she had a baby with, and she had to I got to get rid of this baby because I don't. What happens if it turns out like this motherfucker? And then everybody else is just like, I'm gonna pin it on murder. God damn.
Yeah.
Dude,
so the cops were literally tracking her down to pin, because again, the other part of this is that we now know from the district attorney that they were trying to seek charges on her. Remember, they were trying to do a death investigation, and the DA had to tell them, no, that's not gonna fly. Even in Texas, this shit is not gonna fly. And they were like, all right, how do we do this? Fellas, let's put our brains together and figure out a way we can bring this woman to justice. You, sir, scary looking guy, random ass guy who is abusing her. You welcome to the team. Get him a uniform, get him a badge and a gun. Can we get this man a gun? All right, how do we do this?
Yeah, no, you don't want your exes to get deputized. You the first one going out. Like, oh shit, you giving her a gun? Fuck. But.
Yeah. I mean that wraps that wraps up the gist of the story. Insane story.
So fucked up all around, bro. Like the abortion stuff in the South really, really gets me because it's like direct laws attacking just straight up women.
Yeah,
just straight up women in the hospital. If you're having a miscarriage or something like that, the doctors will be like, you just got to pass it naturally because we can't give you any medicine, or we're helping, contribute to the death of a fetus or something like that. And it's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
This is like real. Women have been having miscarriages from the dawn of time, from the dawn of humanity. You cannot give them medicine for miscarriage because you're afraid you're going to go to jail for murder. How dumb of a society do we live? We live in a genuinely, we've shackled our minds and it's insane.
I mean, it's all insane, but the fact that this was not a non-viable fetus adds this extra layer because you can't, at the end of the day, you can't really argue when life starts. People will just believe that a fetus is a baby, and it's okay, that's your belief. But not everyone believes that. I can't argue your belief. All I can say is women have a right to believe how they want to believe about what's in their body. But this is not even that. The fetus was unviable. It was, if you believe that was a baby, it's a dead baby.
Yeah.
You're not even trying to save a life. That's what they always say. But we're trying to save babies. It's a non-viable thing. You are just you are just wielding national surveillance tools to track down a woman who has in your mind, a already dead baby inside of her. For what? For what? She already had the abortion. It's over. It's over. And the guy who you're fighting for is abusing her. Anyways, we're done with this. I mean, we're just at this point. It's hard for us not to keep talking about this because it's so insane.